grateful that you're here. We're very grateful to the city of Cathedral City. In 2004, Sunline discontinued their AMVETS Express, which was about a 15-passenger van that took veterans from the Coachella Valley to Loma Linda. They discontinued it because they ran out of funds. So with that loss of service, we really felt we needed something, we had to replace it with something. And I'm legally blind, and I had no way to get to Loma Linda except by starting some kind of service. So I went to the VA hospital and asked if we could donate a van to take veterans to Loma Linda. And the hospital rejected it at first because they didn't think we could get enough volunteer drivers to make it work, to make it feasible. So they were opposed initially. So I didn't give up. I talked to Annie Tuttle, who worked at the hospital at that time, and she was in administration, and convinced her that we could get the volunteer drivers, we needed to do it. And so they finally accepted the idea and said that we could do it. And I went to the AMVETS Service Foundation in Anaheim, and AMVETS paid for the first 2 vehicles. And spent thousands of dollars for them. We donated the vehicles to the hospital, and then we started recruiting drivers. We began in the summer of 2004. We've been operating for 15 years with all volunteer drivers. We operate 5 days a week. We transport over 14,000 veterans, 85,000 hours, and 540,000 miles. And it's a wonderful service. Like I say, I'm legally blind. I depend on it to get to Loma Linda. And Charlie Sharple's here as a passenger. We have other passengers here today. We're going to introduce them in a couple of minutes. But it's a wonderful service, and we're grateful that we're able to provide the service to the veterans of the Coachella Valley. And because over the past 15 years, Sunline has not been able to get the funding to start another van. So this is the only service in the Coachella Valley is what we offer. So we've already received a proclamation from the County Board of Supervisors. And today I'd like to introduce Mayor Martin Carnival, who has a proclamation from the city of Cathedral City. And now also, let me back up one more little thing. I want to say, you know, Greg Perez is not with us anymore. He's the former mayor, late Mayor Greg Perez. It was his idea to have the vehicle stay in Cathedral City, be headquartered in Cathedral City. We leave the keys at the police station in Cathedral City. The van is parked at the Cathedral City parking garage at City Hall, and the route begins in Cathedral City every morning, and then goes to Palm Springs, and then goes to Loma Linda. And it was Greg's idea, and we miss him, but I want to give him credit for his idea that we headquartered here in Cathedral City. And that's why we're so happy that the Mayor of Carnival is going to give us a proclamation from Cathedral City, because this is the home of the AMVETS Express.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to ask Councilmember Gutierrez and Councilmember Gregory to join me up here. These are the council members. Thanks for coming here. You know, I just got to. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Mayor Perez as well. He was a great innovator. You know, he saw the potential, and I'm just glad that this council is able to carry on with that you had started with him, and glad to be a part here. And also, Tom, what you do for the vets is just tremendous. I mean, when this man puts his teeth into something, he really does, and he keeps it going too. A lot of things start, a lot of things don't happen, but everything he begins, he finishes and keeps it continuing. So at this time, it'd be a pleasure to read this proclamation. Whereas in 2004, American Vets Post 66 founder and commander Tom Swann Hernandez asked the VA hospital in Loma Linda to start the American Vets. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it's just now, it's our pleasure, the mayor, the city council, the power sworn and vested in us, that the Cathedral City Council visitors congratulates and honors Tom Swann Hernandez and American Vets Post 66 on the 50th anniversary of this important service of Coachella Valley. Tom,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much for your grace.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good start. Thank you.
Thank you.
We also have a certificate from Edwardo Garcia and from Raul Ruiz, and the congressman. I think they could be with us today, but I just wanted to show that Edwardo Garcia sent some of them in Congressman Raul Ruiz.
Tom, I have a new one for you here.
You
I'm
do?
Miguel from Assemblyman Garcia's office. So.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Thank you. Who was your name again?
Miguel from
Miguel,
Assemblyman
yes,
Garcia's
Miguel.
office. So,
Okay,
good
thank
morning,
you.
everyone. My name is Miguel Romero. I'm with the Office of Assemblymember Edwardo Garcia. Extremely grateful to be able to be here today and honor the 15th anniversary of AMVETS Express and really thank them for the outstanding services they provide to our local veterans here. We know it's a challenge to get to Loma Linda sometimes, and it is, in many occasions, a life or death situation where they need those services. So it's an extremely important service, and we're going to continue to look at the state level of how we can make it easier for our veterans to be able to receive the benefits that they fought so hard to and that they've earned.
Thank
So
you.
congratulations.
Thank you very much. Good start. Thank you.
And also, thank you to the City of Cathedral City for always supporting this.
We have some passengers. I'd like Turley to begin, and then the other passengers can talk to about the service.
I can talk for Tom. I'm Charlie Sharples. I was one of the post commanders of AMVETS Post 66, but I've used the van probably 50 to 70 times over the years to take me to the VA hospital, which is about an hour and 15-minute drive. And it always runs on time, never miss an appointment, and never had an accident. It's a wonderful service, and it's free for veterans. And we have people, thanks to people like Brian, who's driven many years as the primary driver. But there's a need for the drivers. We have Richard Tice here. He's volunteering to be a driver, and we need more drivers because that's always a need there. And you don't have to be a veteran to be a driver, and it makes you feel good. If my health was better, I'd be a driver, but I can't do it. Anyway, thank you all for attending.
Charlie served in Vietnam during the Tet Offensive, and was exposed to Agent Orange, and that's why he can't be a driver, but he's a passenger, and he depends on the service. Now, we have other passengers over here who'd like to speak.
Hi.
Anybody else?
Hello, my name is Bert Lostan. I'm Army, 6 years. And 5 years ago I had traumatic brain surgery. After I got out of the hospital, I needed to go to Loma Linda on average 5, 6, 7 times a month for the first 3 years. And that's quite a drive. And I couldn't drive because I just couldn't at all. So without this service, I'd have been lost. I would have had to have moved, literally had to have moved to be able to live, basically. I continue to use this service to today, and without it, I'm in debt. I truly am in debt to the AMVETS. Thank you.
Anybody else?
My name is Jerry Kramarchek. I've used AMVETS for 6 years, not longer. I started with them when I moved down here. I didn't know about AMVETS. I was going to the VA, but my son would drive me or somebody would drive me. And I didn't know about AMVETS, but I used to go, I had cancer. And I used to go every 21 days. I had to go for treatments. So I've used them, I can't even count how many times. Probably in 50, 60, 70 times at least. And I've always had very nice drivers. Very nice drivers, very helpful. I'm very unsteady on my feet. They've always been there for me. They've helped me on, helped me off. They're just wonderful, wonderful drivers. I don't know what I'd do without AMVETS. I really love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Maybe have the driver come up now?
Yeah, Brian can come up. You start the morning about 6 o'clock in the morning?
Yes.
And you come home about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, is that right?
Some days it's earlier. I've been doing this 7.5 years, and you get to know the people. We get a list the day before of the passengers, and then you call them and make arrangements to meet them, and where, what time, and what what clinic they need to go to. So it's very rewarding. It's you get the stories, and sometimes multiple times, but it's just a great way to spend 4 or 5 hours of your time, and I'm happy to do it. But we do need other drivers because we all have lives, and there's times when the van won't go because there's no driver. So
What are the requirements for a driver? You don't have to be a veteran. You
just need a valid driver's license, a relatively clean driving record, and you take a very simple physical. And
no drug testing.
There's no drug testing. They check you for just the simple things, and make sure you don't have something contagious, and then you get your fingerprints and Homeland Security checks because we're transporting valuable cargo, and that's it. Then you pick up the keys at the police station and drive the van and drop the keys off when you're done. So
Is it an all-volunteer service too?
it's an all-volunteer service. You do get an $8 meal voucher at the hospital, so that's your compensation. So it's something I look forward to.
If you want to drive, call me, 760-324-5670.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a little bit of training, I think you have to do some training, don't you? A little bit?
You just have to drive. I mean, be a safe, responsible driver. Just like, it's drive to Loma Linda and back. It's good roads. You leave early in the morning, so if you don't get up early, don't try it. Don't volunteer, because we do leave generally at 6:30 in the morning and get back by 2, no later than that. So that's the job.
Sometimes we're really lucky and we get back by noon.
Yes, some days.
And you have to drive, once a week or once a month, or how?
Whatever. If you could volunteer once a week, would be great. If you could volunteer 2 times a month, it'd be great, or once a month, it'd be great. It's just we need more bodies in the seats.
Before Brian sits down, I see here that this is a humble gentleman, by the way. But I see here a certificate from the county of Riverside. I don't know if the representative would present this to him, but it's signed by Manuel Perez.
Yeah, none of us do it for any kind of recognition.
But you are recognized.
Well,
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks. It is rewarding in itself. Thanks.
Good job.
Anybody else want to speak? Anybody else? Any other speakers? Well, if there's no more speakers, that concludes the program. Thank you.
I mean, it's an $8 meal voucher. That's our reward. And then the thanks as people get off the van. People like Jerry, they couldn't get there without their service, so that's our reward.
If there's ever anything that you need assistance from the state, please don't
If you
hesitate to let
have
us
a
know if
card,
there's
I can
anything we
email
can do.
you the
Okay,
dispatch.
well, we're trying to get money to buy a van.
And I'm sure we'll see if we can be helpful in that regard with a letter of support or see what we can do.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
concerned.
great. All right, thank you.
Mhm.